Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please have your tickets in hand before you board the plane. Thank you.
Hello and welcome, I'm Johan Castell and you're watching a special episode of Wings from the Ground in Prayagraj. Now we are here for the mega Maha Kumbh Mela experience and we're going to tell you all about it. We're also going to feature India's vibrant harvest festivals from Makar Sankranti to Pongal to Lori. The Maha Kumbh Mela 2025 is in full swing, drawing millions of devotees and travelers from across the world to the sacred banks of Triveni Sangam in Prayagraj. The first week of the festival was nothing short of extraordinary. Let us now take you through the Maha Kumbh Mela's grandeur, scale and experiences, because this is the world's largest religious gathering. Take a look. The Maha Kumbh Mela 2025. A spiritual spectacle like no other. The mega festival officially began on the 13th of January. On day one, the festival witnessed an extraordinary turnout. An estimated 17 million devotees took a holy dip at the sacred confluence of the Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati rivers in Prayagraj.
Amazing. India is a spiritual heart of the world. So I'm very happy. First time in India, I go Varanasi, then I come here.
Thinking about taking a dip in the Ganga as well?
Need some holy water on my head. That's the most I can think of. Maybe dipping my feet, but not more than that. It's pretty clean.
On day two, the spotlight shifted to the Akharas and Naga sadhus. They took part in the Amrit Snan, a ceremonial dip considered highly auspicious in Hinduism. It is estimated that over 35 million people attended Amrit Snan on the occasion of Makar Sankranti.
I feel that it's very peaceful. I feel even with a lot of people, every people is pulsing, the Kumbh Mela. We can really feel the Kumbh Mela inside the bodies,
आपका नाम क्या है?
महाराज ब्रह्मानंद है, महाकाल का साधक है, हम तारा माँ का साधक है और कामाख्या माँ का साधक है।
और आप कुंभ कैसा लगता है?
बड़ी अच्छा लगता है। कुंभ मेला तो एकदम पूरा बड़ा मेला है, सबसे भारत का सबसे बड़ा मेला है। 144 साल बाद ये वाला जोग गिरा है। हर कोना कोना से भारत का या पृथ्वी का हर कोना कोना से सब आता है। जय महाकाल की जय, जय महाकाल की जय, जय महाकाल की जय।
But this is just the beginning. The Maha Kumbh Mela spans over 45 days, with several important dates yet to come, including the second Amrit Snan on Mauni Amavasya, which is on the 29th of January, and the third one is on February 3rd, on the occasion of Basant Panchami. The final bathing day will be held on Mahashivratri on 26th February. Managing such a huge event is challenging. Keeping this in mind, security has been the top priority of the authorities.
I'm here with Rajesh Trivedi, who is in charge of the policing operations at Kumbh Mela. What can you tell us about the security situation so far?
See, it is the second day running when we have got a main snan. Yesterday also we had a main snan, and today we have a bigger one, which is Amrit Snan, where akhadas have also participated in the Snan. So as you can see, it was a big challenge for us. But as we had formulated our strategies and we had also rehearsed for them and had lots of mock drills, so it has been a grand success till now. And I am very sure that the future Snans will also go on better than this.
By the time Maha Kumbh concludes, it is estimated that over 400 million people will attend it. As a result, there has been an unprecedented surge in demand for flights and hotel bookings. Prayagraj has become a top destination for both Indian and international tourists attending the Maha Kumbh. Flight bookings to Prayagraj have jumped by an impressive 162% on a year-on-year basis. Notably, flights to nearby cities also witnessed price hikes. Lucknow is seeing a surge by 42%, and for Varanasi, it's 127%. Even hotel prices have seen a huge price hike. Accommodation prices for luxurious tents in the Mela area around Triveni Sangam, the main gathering point, range from 11,000 to 30,000 or $127 to $350 per night. However, more budget-friendly options are also available in hotels that are further away from the Sangam in Prayagraj city. Here, prices start from $5,000 to $8,000 or $60 to $100 per night on non-bathing dates. Then there's the weather. Prayagraj is experiencing chilly mornings with temperatures dipping to 10 degrees Celsius. However, Devotees appears to remain unfazed by the cold wave. So if you're planning a visit, remember to pack warm clothes, book your stay early, and most importantly, soak in the spirit of this divine gathering. This week, India celebrated its harvest festivals. Makar Sankranti, an auspicious festival, was also celebrated here in Prayagraj as devotees took a holy dip in Triveni Sangam for their Amrit Snan. Next up, we will showcase harvest festivals in different parts of India.
Makar Sankranti celebrates new beginnings and prosperity, with different regions across India adding unique flavors to the observance. Despite its diverse regional variations, the festival brings the entire nation together in a collective spirit of joy, marking a time of harvest, renewal, and community. In the heart of Tamil Nadu, Makar Sankranti takes the form of the 4-day Pongal festival. The central dish, Pongal, a mix of rice and lentils, is prepared to honor the sun god. Homes are decorated with kolams and intricate rice flower designs, and people express gratitude for a bountiful harvest. In Gujarat and Rajasthan, Makar Sankranti is celebrated as Uttarayana, a festival famous for its spectacular kite flying. The skies are filled with colorful kites, and people celebrate the transition towards a more positive season for welcoming more warmth and light into their lives. The kite flying festival in these states are grand events that attract enthusiasts from all over the world. Further northeast in Assam, the festival is celebrated as Magh Bihu or Bhogali Bihu. This harvest festival involves communal feasts, traditional games, and large bonfires. It is a time for the community to come together, share food, and celebrate the agricultural cycle. In Punjab and Haryana, Lohri is celebrated on the eve of Makar Sankranti. Here, people gather around bonfires to mark the end of winter. The night before Makar Sankranti is spent in joyous celebration with traditional songs, dances, and sharing of sweets. This year, the Maha Kumbh Mela is one of the most notable gatherings tied to Makar Sankranti. This grand spiritual event coincided with Makar Sankranti, drawing millions of pilgrims to take a holy dip in the river, a ritual believed to cleanse the soul and purify the mind. From the warmth of community bonfires to the excitement of flying kites and the generosity of shared feasts, Makar Sankranti unites India in a common celebration of the sun, the harvest, and new beginnings.
The Spring Festival travel rush is here. As passenger numbers soar, let's see how China is preparing for one of the busiest travel seasons of the year.
The much-anticipated 2025 Spring Festival travel rush is now underway, marking a 40-day period of unparalleled travel across China. With many people returning to their hometowns or embarking on holiday trips, this annual migration, which spans from 14th January to 22nd February, is expected to see massive passenger traffic across railways, highways, and airports.
Currently, the percentage of foreigners on our flights is much higher than expected. In addition to European travelers, there are also guests from Japan and Korea.
The country's rail system is primed to handle an influx of passengers by utilizing a combination of temporary trains, high-speed overnight routes, and optimized schedules. To meet this demand, train operators are rolling out new services and adjusting schedules. The China Railway Beijing Group, for example, is deploying 220 pairs of temporary and direct electric multiple unit trains on key routes to destinations in northern and northeastern China, such as Harbin, Changchun, and Zhangjiakou. Meanwhile, new railway lines were put into operation last year to alleviate congestion. It is expected that high-speed railways will enhance the overall travel capacity, ensuring smoother journeys for passengers across the country. The spring travel rush also coincides with the return of many students from universities across the country. In cities like Xi'an, student travel has already begun in earnest, with many students opting to head home early for the holidays or choosing to take a break before heading home.
From the analysis of ticket pre-sales, the current passenger flow is primarily made up of students and migrant workers returning home.
To accommodate this surge, the station has introduced 16 additional high-speed trains and adjusted several existing services. With efficient planning, additional services, and a high level of coordination across transportation sectors, authorities are hopeful that this year's travel rush will proceed smoothly, despite the overwhelming passenger volumes.
Voodoo, often misunderstood and shrouded in mystery, takes center stage at the annual Voodoo Festival in Benin. Here, tourists and locals come together to uncover and celebrate the rich spiritual heritage of their ancestors. Let's explore one of the world's oldest religions.
Dancers defy gravity, moving to the hypnotic beat of traditional drums at the 2025 Voodoo Festival in Uruguay. This annual event is more than just a celebration. It's a deep spiritual gathering that showcases the essence of Voodoo, a religion rooted in animism and practiced by over 1 million people in Benin.
C'est une manière de montrer aux gens.
This is a way to show people the pomp, the beauty and the value of voodoo, and more importantly the value and spirit of the Beninese people. I will even say of all African people. It's important for us to be able to carry our message ourselves. No one can better talk about us than ourselves.
Parce que personne ne peut parler de nous à part nous-mêmes.
The festival draws thousands of visitors from around the world. Offering a rare glimpse into the ceremonies, dances and rituals that form the backbone of Voodoo.
I've been wanting to come and experience what Voodoo is because the perspective of it is that it's very demonized. So we wanted to come here, especially because 2 years ago my mom came here, but not during Voodoo, so I wanted to experience Benin and Voodoo at the same time.
Voodoo, officially recognized as a religion in Benin in 1996, originated in the ancient kingdom of Dahomey, today's Benin. Its core belief is animism, the idea that all things, from rocks and trees to animals and places, possess a spirit. From the vibrant dances to the solemn rituals, the Voodoo Festival in Uruguay is a testament to the resilience and richness of this ancient religion.
Art festivals have become a growing phenomenon worldwide. Next up, we will bring you 2 intriguing art stories from around the world from some of the most unlikely places.
This is Pueblo Garzon, a sleepy rural village in Uruguay that has become a new attraction for art lovers. Nestled among vineyards and olive groves, the town's scenic beauty and tranquil atmosphere have drawn global attention, particularly in the world of contemporary art. Garzon now has fewer than 200 residents, but it's become a cultural hotspot. The catalyst for this transformation has been the Campo Art Fest. The 3-day festival draws over 6,000 visitors to a town that barely registers on the global radar. Founded by American photographer Heidi Lender, who moved to Garzon 14 years ago, Campo Art Fest has brought together over 20 artists from countries like Brazil, South Korea and the United States to showcase their work.
Soy uno de los invitados artistas.
I am one of the invited artists and one of the few who also lives in Uruguay because this festival is very international. Garzon is a town in the middle of nowhere. Now the roads have been improved. They are paved, but previously it was a town of gauchos.
Las rutas mejor, no están.
The Art Fest also paved the way for artists to open galleries here, where international buyers, including those from the United States, Europe and Argentina, are increasingly turning their attention.
As an artist, I used to always go to Art Basel in Miami in December, but now I don't go anymore. I make more connections here than in Miami. Incredible.
Great.
Moving now to Iran. In the historic city of Shiraz, another artist is breathing new life into a forgotten neighborhood. Adil Yazdi, a 40-year-old artist, has dedicated himself to revitalizing Naranjistan, a rundown district once overshadowed by the city's ancient landmarks. With crumbling houses and neglected alleys, Naranjistan seemed far removed from the modern art world. But Yazdi's creative vision has been changing that. For years, Yazdi has adorned the neighborhood's dilapidated walls with vibrant paintings and intricate carved reliefs, telling the stories of the people who lived here. His surreal, colorful designs have made Naranjistan a social media sensation.
In the historical context of Shiraz, many walls had no historical value, and I started telling stories on these walls according to local and folk tales. For the paintings on the wall, I studied the motifs and forms that existed in the surrounding historical buildings and painted my personal impression of them.
Yazdi has drawn inspiration from cultural landmarks like the Pompidou Center in Paris, seeking to turn his neighborhood into a thriving center for art and tourism.
The interesting thing was that each work he created had a story, and Adil Yazdi was inspired by a legend to create each one. These were legends that were almost forgotten, and through these works of art, they came alive.
Environment and preservation are more crucial than ever as we witness the alarming threats facing our planet's ecosystems. Next up, we bring you stories that highlight the urgent need to protect our biodiversity. Let's dive in.
Freshwater ecosystems like rivers, lakes, and streams are vital to both nature and human life, yet they are under immense pressure. In southwest China's Yunnan province, initiatives are being executed to protect the local fish species of the Lancang River. According to a research published in the Nature Journal, nearly a quarter of the freshwater species in the world they studied are at risk of extinction, threatened by pollution, dams, and human activity. At the Huaneng Nuozhadu hydropower station in southwest China's Yunnan province, a vital project is underway. The hydropower development on the Lancang River, aimed at alleviating drought conditions in the Mekong River basin, brings significant ecological challenges. To address these, the station is committed to safeguarding biodiversity through several innovative ways. One of the standout features of the station is its dedicated fish conservation center. Since its establishment in 2010, the center has successfully developed techniques for the artificial breeding of endangered fish species, such as the Walago atu, Bagarius yareli, and Torsinensis. This has led to large-scale releases of these species back into the wild, supporting their population growth. In the heart of the Brazilian Amazon, a bold reforestation effort is underway to plant millions of trees and reverse environmental damage. Using metal tubes to quickly sow seedlings, workers aim to restore biodiversity and carbon balance in a region decimated by deforestation. Mombach, a Brazilian company, is spearheading this project and is backed by major global corporations like Google, Microsoft, and McLaren F1, all seeking to offset their carbon emissions.
We make new forests. We invest tens of millions of dollars in order to create forests in places where there are not forests. And this does not prevent CO2 from going in the atmosphere. This removes CO2 from the atmosphere that is already in the atmosphere. This is fundamentally a higher integrity approach because it is measurable.
In just 18 months, 3 million cuttings of 120 different indigenous species have been planted. Through this effort, experts are wanting to simulate nature and build a resilient forest.
That's all we have for you in this week's episode of Wings, but we will keep bringing you the latest updates from Maha Kumbh 2025 for the next 6 weeks. For now, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off from Prayagraj. See you next week.